Spectacular Spider-Man is probably the best animated Spider-Man TV show we've ever gotten, and it was taken from us way too soon. But before it was canceled, it gave us some pretty amazing adult jokes in a Spider-Man's kids TV show, that is. So here's all the adult jokes in season 1 of Spectacular Spider-Man. In episode 3, Spider-Man says to the lizard, "Can you say halitosis?" Which means bad breath, because the lizard just growled in his face, so he's saying the lizard has bad breath. Then in episode 5, Peter says, "You talking to me? Say hello to my little web," which is a reference to both Taxi Driver and Scarface, because it's a mixture of famous quotes from both movies. And then later in the episode, Sandman says,
"I could keep this up all night,"
which I feel like is kind of an innuendo, referring to another act you do all night. In episode 7 at the dance, MJ says, "If I can't dance with Peter, I guess I'll dance with, is it Randy?" She asks to Rand Robertson, who responds, "Very," which doesn't really make sense until you realize that Randy is also a slang word for horny. So it's kind of like she's asking him, "Are you horny?" And he says, "Very." In episode 9, MJ and Liz Allen are flirting with Peter, and MJ says Peter fills out that Spider-Man costume very nicely. And then Liz Allen says this,
"You can web me up anytime, Petey."
Bro, do I even need to explain that one? Episode 10 introduces us to Black Cat, and basically everything she says is an innuendo. She says this,
"And cats don't fight spiders."
What does she mean by that? But this line's even crazier.
"Oh, you better not get your goop in my hair."
I don't think she's talking about his spider webs. Later, she tells Peter, "I know when a man is showing off," and then she says, "Do you want a slice of the mud pie?" Is that a sex position? Then after that, Peter tries to get her to stop flirting with him by saying, "I'm not that kind of spider." And Cat responds, "Give a cat a chance and I'll make you that kind of spider." Bro, what? And at one point, Black Cat calls Spider-Man a swinger, which is also a type of married person who goes to these parties where they basically open up their relationship, if you know what I mean. Then the show makes sure to show us Black Cat's rope and Spider-Man's web intertwining, as Black Cat says, "Are we gonna be bad guys together or just plain bad?" Black Cat just can't stop flirting, man. I mean, just check out a little later where she's telling him, "Don't worry, I don't slip," and that her little kitty is purring. What? This is a kid's show! And then finally in episode 11, Electro says, "I love the idea of double teaming you-know-who." Do you think he realizes that that word has another meaning? Like, what are they about to do to Spider-Man? And just like that, we're moving on to the final season of Spectacular Spider-Man. Here's all the adult jokes in Spectacular Spider-Man Season 2. In episode 1, Liz says that she can help keep Peter warm. How are you gonna do that, Liz? In the same episode, Peter gets a contract with the Daily Bugle, and he says, "I thought Jonah would never unclench enough to give me this." Basically, he's calling J. Jonah Jameson a tight ass. In episode 2, Sally tells Liz, "Geekitude is contagious," and Liz responds,
I don't mind catching what Petey's got.
Liz, if I were you, I'd be a little worried about getting what Peter has, because have you read Spider-Man Reign? In the mall, a saleswoman is spraying perfume she calls Poisson Gâté, which is basically French for spoiled fish. And then a little later, Spidey calls Mysterio an expert on premature glotalation, which is definitely a hidden reference to premature ejaculation. In episode 5, Harry Osborn says this.
"Then it's settled. This Saturday, we're a foursome."
I can't believe this is a kid's show. Then in episode 12, one of Mysterio's robots says, "Johnny needs new shoes." Actually, I need your help explaining this, because what the heck is that? In the same episode, Black Cat asks Spider-Man how he knew she was there, saying, "Is it the way I make you feel?" Basically, she's saying, did she give Spider-Man a boner? And finally, Black Cat also tells Spider-Man that her curative powers aren't only on the eyes. Basically, she's saying she can cure any other part of Peter's body, if you know what I'm saying. Man, imagine how many more adult jokes we could have gotten if Spectacular Spider-Man was never canceled. Tell me in the comments down below, do you want to know what would have happened if the show was never canceled? Well, maybe you should subscribe and stay tuned.